Welcome back to another PikaPods educational video. In today's video, I will be showing you how you can deploy open source apps with PikaPods. Just a reminder that on our YouTube channel, you can find various videos on open source apps and how to use them. We are adding new videos regularly, so subscribe to our channel so you do not miss out on any important information. Before I explain how to deploy an open source app with PikaPods, I will explain what PikaPods is. So PikaPods is an open source app hosting service that makes it easy to find, install, and use open source software. PikaPods has a very simple interface and manages all configurations, databases, and other details in the background. So you don't need to worry about updates because those are automatic. But let's explain this better with an example. Imagine that you're starting an online business and you need some cool apps to manage your finances, do email marketing, share files, etc. So instead of searching for those apps yourself and paying enormous fees, you can use open source apps available in PikaPods. You can pick all the apps that you need and you access them through PikaPods library. And PikaPods keeps all your files on the web, which is called hosting. And you need hosting for your files and websites. And let's try to deploy an app on PikaPods. So I'm on a PikaPods homepage, so pikapods.com. And to deploy an open source app with PikaPods, you first need to create an account. Click on the sign up button at the upper right corner of your screen. You just need to give your first name, email, and a password. Once you have your account created, you will get $5 welcome credit. Basically, you can test and run apps without giving your credit card information. You can search for apps under available apps at the upper right side of your screen, and you see numerous apps that are available, and you can filter these by category. So analytics, blog, bookmarks, chat, files, monitoring, music, and so on. There is a short description for each app, and you can see the approximate cost for running each app per month. Now let's pick one app. I will scroll to the bottom of this page of all the available apps that we have, and I will pick WordPress. I will click on Run Your Own, and then I will configure it a bit. You can give a nickname to this pod or this app, or you can leave it as is, so My WordPress Pod. And then you can pick the pod region. It's either EU or the US. And then under resources, you can adjust the compute resources. Some apps have minimum resource requirements. And for WordPress, these are the minimum resources. And as you adjust these settings, you will immediately see your monthly cost changing. The best part about this is that you don't have to set these perfectly immediately. You can always go back and adjust them as you grow, and I will show you that later. As the time progresses, you will see how much computing power and storage you need. You can leave everything as is and click on Add Pod. And that's it. Your WordPress app is in your library. And you see now that you can manage it from your library and adjust resources as needed. And you don't need to worry about updates since PikaPods handles all of that. Just click on pod settings, and then you can change the pod name. You can adjust those resources that we discussed before, and you can set your own domain for this pod. Every pod comes with a shared domain, and for those domains you can edit the first part. So if you don't like this name, you can always change it. And you can enable the custom domain as well. And then just paste your custom domain right here. You can also enable SVTP access as well. And if you need to learn more about that, you can always click on more. And you can also enable database access. So if you are an advanced user, you can always make edits to the database or import and export the database as you wish. If you're satisfied with your settings, you can immediately run your pod. Just click on Open Pod, and then you can set up your WordPress site. Pick the language, and then complete the WordPress installation process. Give the site title, the username, the password is generated immediately, your email, and then just click on Install WordPress. And you can do the same for every app that you have installed in your pods library. You see that I have numerous pods over here, numerous apps that I'm using. You can adjust the settings for each, and I can run each app immediately from the pods library. If you don't want to use certain apps for a while, you can always pause those. You can restart them, delete it. You can show off the logs and so on. So you see, with PikaPods, you can install apps with just a few clicks. You can browse a wide selection of open source apps, 60 plus apps and counting, and you can support your favorite open source projects. So what are you waiting for? Get started with open source software today with PikaPods. You can find the link below this video in the description. Until next time, take care.